Hey kids, this is Greg Peloquin, also known as G Pelly.
And recent college graduate Evan Arkin joining him in the booth room place.
Well, you graduate college and your mom's a nice lady. Two facts. Hey, look at Dreadboar. Thanks for showing us that, David Rodriguez. So, go ahead.
We've got David Rodriguez on John on your right, Heather Dodge on
Rakdos, Aggro. So David Rodriguez wants our brains, as we can see from his sleeves he's playing.
Wants your brains.
Right,
and
so
I don't know who on the die roll. Looks like David's on 6 already.
Did we draw? We only draw 6 cards.
Maybe he just took a mulligan. I think he took a mulligan while we were introducing ourselves. So
okay,
he's thinking about it. Jund is definitely the control deck in this matchup. Obviously.
Absolutely, with Frag Tusks and
Houndmasters and removal spells.
And Jund can slot itself into either an aggro role or a control role, depending on what it's playing against.
Heather's got no 1-drop. Her deck has, looks like 8 copies of 1-drop creatures.
Cacklers and Nobles.
Yeah. So both decks are a bit slow out of the gates here. There's a Gorehouse Chainwalker. Unleashed, 3/2, can't block.
That hesitation's an obvious miracle.
Yeah.
But miracling a bonfire for 1's not going to get us very far.
No. And David just burns our mortars there, which I'm fine with. He's got resource inevitability and.
Well, he's got Houndmasters for more land, and Houndmaster comes online.
And 4 is a turn which the deck usually has a play, so.
Another Chainwalker online.
Another Chainwalker.
So Houndmaster here is really bad for Gorehouse Chainwalker.
Yeah, it makes it very sad.
Yeah, it's a sad day in the Gorehouse.
And he drew a Liliana, which might actually just be better. It looks like that's what he's doing.
Yep.
3 -1, you sacrifice a creature. And play a tapped land? Or nope, he does not have a 4th land drop.
Okay.
So that tells us something. I see a Bonfire in his hand. I see Garruk, Primal Hunter in his hand.
So Heather has 2 Exavas in her hand.
2 Exava.
And that
Spike Jester at Liliana.
So okay, that's
good. That's good.
And she has a spear and a pillar in her hand too. So we are wanting a Mizium.
So David Rodriguez has a bunch of 4 and 5 drops in his hand that he can't cast.
Right. And Heather has some Exavas, so she can get that 4th land. Seems like it's a battle. Whoever gets that 4th land first is going to be in a great position.
So there's the Thrill Kill Assassin.
Is it not?
What is it?
And there's Cavernous Souls, probably a human.
Isn't that what it is?
Or werewolf. Okay, human werewolf.
Human. Okay.
So the only werewolf in our deck is Huntmaster.
Huntmaster is just a nightmare for the decks.
So you think you can pick off see the thing is if you'd okay, here we go. If you have Unleashed, you could have pillared the Huntmaster and bashed into the 2/3.
Yeah.
It's not a bad position to be in.
Not terrible. And David letting her read that. So now Heather's got some options. She's probably just gonna she's gonna go for a pillar on your Huntmaster, and he correctly exiles it.
And then I think we'll do it.
Do you think that was better than just slamming Exava there?
You can't let it flip.
Right.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. That's fine.
I would like to play. I wish we could play Exava faster.
Is she gonna attack?
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
I wish that was. There it goes. Okay.
So I don't know why she had to Searing Spear the wolf token, but she comes rumbling. Oh, is it the Thrill Kill Assassin is not unleashed?
It's leashed.
It's leashed. That might explain it.
Correct. So there's a
Farseek.
Okay.
Which,
so we're going for Stomping Ground there.
Yeah, and small details, but I just like the way that David tapped his lands for that Farseek.
Well, it must be a green source that he grabs. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think that you always, he should have tapped a overgrown cavern or something. Overgrown.
I mean,
Kessig.
Yeah, small things.
Small things. It's likely to not punish you, but it adds up.
Also, Jonas Chief in the background with his aviators over there.
And there he is.
There he goes. Yep.
Here comes Exava. She's unleashed. She's first strike, haste, unleash, and she has another ability.
Creatures that unleash have haste.
Is that it? Wow.
I believe that's what it is.
That's powerful.
No.
And David is hoping for another green source to cast Garruk Primal Hunter. Doesn't hit it. Hits a Farseek instead.
So what's our hand? Farseek?
Farseek, Bonfire, Garruk, and Farseek, Bonfire, Garruk. And that's about all I know about it. So David's under pressure, as Queen would say. But he's gonna get a Garruk on this next turn if he wants to do that, which is gonna make 3/3s that do not profitably block Exava. So Exava's other ability actually says each creature.
Man, there's a 4th Exava there. a third Exava. However,
it is legendary.
She did in fact draw a. Please unleash this one. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Now we can get it for 7.
To clarify, Exava's ability says each other creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has haste. So not just the keyword unleashed. Whatever counters they may have.
But Exava herself also has haste.
Yes, Exava herself also has haste.
Yeah, it'll be a little hard for David to properly block it, blocking Exava, but he just need to kill it.
He does need to kill it. Currently, he can Bombfire for 3 naturally, which is not going to be enough to deal with that Exava. It'll kill the Thrill Kill Assassins, however. So he's currently, I think he's debating between slamming Garruk and getting into chump block mode, which isn't.
I think Bonfire's.
He has a Sire of Insanity in his hand.
So I think the Sire's fine here.
He's gonna go for Garruk.
I actually like to play a Bonfire first and then play Garruk and start blocking.
I agree. But he takes the opposite line. He slams Garruk and makes a Beast token. This puts him in a really awkward position though, because Heather can have good.
Or a Searing Spear, and you're still in the
big hole.
That doesn't help, and those 2 Exavas don't help you either.
So if you're Heather, what kind of attack do you make?
Exava on Garruk, the rest on him.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're forced to chump, take him to 6.
Right. So it wasn't exactly clear where the attackers were being.
See, everything went on Garruk probably, and just like.
David didn't even block anything.
I chump the Beast.
Yeah, you block the Beast on one of the Thrill Kill Assassins. No brainer.
Or chump Exava and keep Garruk around, and make another Beast.
If everything was at Garruk, it would have died anyways. If you chumped Exava, if everything.
No, it wouldn't. It's only 3. That's leashed. So he would have been at 1. Garruk would have been at 1. You could spit out another Beast and then play Bonfire and pick it off and start chumping again.
Right. So I think that was there was certainly a misplaying combat from David.
1 more mana, David. Sorry, he's got more. He's got it. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He's got it.
Okay, so he takes 3, and now it's Beast versus Exava.
Beast versus Exava. Yeah.
You're not blocking. Are you blocking there?
Apparently, because if he's not blocking, that should have come in.
Boom, boom.
Put a counter on it.
You're not attacking with that.
No, she is.
Oh, we are.
And he's gonna snap off a block on the Cackler, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yep.
Pick it off for free. Take 4.
You shouldn't be. See, I don't think playing it there is correct.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess if you spec the Sire, you can play it, but.
And David does have Sire in his hand.
Now Sire comes. Now Sire is going to come down.
Well, awkwardly, Exava has first strike, so Sire still doesn't do anything. I mean, you can double block it at this point.
What would that do? You kill Sire first, and
then the Beast. Yeah, and then the Beast, if she knows to order in that way.
Yeah, Heather's like, oh no, my 2 Exavas they are gone.
Which are just rotting in her hand, anyways. Yeah. So now David's coming with the Beast token, which is it fine?
Well,
because now he's going to be forced to chump block with a Sire of Insanity, and not go to within Searing Spear range. See?
Yeah.
I don't think that was correct. I think you leave both back. Plus, her deck has other haste creatures. With Exava in place, you can top deck any exactly.
This. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I think that attack with the Beast token was a pretty big mistake, just because of exactly what just happened. So yeah, David's forced to chump block and still take 3 because his base token is at.
Everything you said is correct.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct here. Now, what do we got? Bonfire, and you're dead.
Yeah. Now David's just in burn range for anything.
Well, no, he's just dead.
He's just dead on board.
Okay,
Comes with a Wolf Run and scoops it up.
Checks for 9. Goes to 5
and scoop.
We are dead. We are
All right.
dead.
Well, there was some combat errors there from David, and Heather was able to take advantage of it. Indeed. And Exava, I like how that showcased a new card. I haven't actually seen that card in play yet.
So here's the funny thing. If that was a Hell Rider,
he wouldn't have been as good. Would not have been as good because Garruk would have been trading profitably.
And the Sire could have just ate it.
Eat it. So, hey, that's a relevant argument because the format's full of 3 toughness, 3 power stuff running around. Let's go to the sideboard. I'm looking at David's deck. Against aggro decks, he's got 2 Pillar of Flames, and 2 Tragic Slips and 2 Vampire Nighthawks, all of which in some combination could come in.
Heather has Archwing Dragon. Let me tell
she
you.
Also has Dreadbore.
Yeah, Archwing Dragon is actually pretty good against Jund too.
Archwing Dragon. Now remind me what that does.
So it's a 2 and 2 red for a 4/4 flyer with haste. At the end of turn, you return it to your hand.
Oh right.
So John, at this point,
it dodges sorcery speed removal.
Right. Like he probably has 1 or 2 Putrefies in his deck. How many does he actually have?
2.
2? Okay. So he has Two cards
yeah,
that can
two.
kill it. 2 cards.
Yeah, and 2 tragic slips.
And meanwhile, you can use it to pressure planeswalkers and pressure his life total.
I mean, Obsidat has taught us the value of being able to not be in play during your opponent's turn. So it's the same, except, worse because you have to dedicate mana to it.
Rakdos Loaded Rides is in your sideboard too. In this list, you can probably do some damage to him. So Rakdos is good too.
Yeah,
Flying is trample, right?
You bring in the Archwing Dragon and the Rakdos and maybe the Dreadbore.
Yeah, does Rakdos have trample? I think he does, right?
Rakdos Lord of Riots?
Yeah.
We'll get a ruling on that
I'm
shortly.
almost positive he has trample too.
Okay.
He does? Okay, yeah, he does. I'm being told he does in fact have trample.
Cool.
So I want to get some of those things in there to pressure David a little bit.
And, I mean, Heather's deck has the velocity to take advantage of any small misstep on David's part. He missed 1 land drop and was in defense mode the entire game, even though he resolved 2 Mizium Mortars and a Huntmaster and a Garruk and a Sire of Insanity.
There's a few times where David I think could have been in the driver's seat though.
Yeah, I agree. I think there were a few ways in which David could have taken control of that game and didn't.
Yeah, like there I would have bonfiring the field kills away.
Yeah.
Taking the 4, dropping the 5, and then just spitting out beasts.
Right, and also attacking with his beast token was extremely greedy.
Yeah, and the very next turn, I think, again, going to blocking with the beast and letting Garrett go to 1 would have been just as good.
Yes.
Alright, so anyway, it's a new game plan. We're on the recovery trail for David.
And we're on the play.
We're on the play. So hopefully we can get turn 3
Huntmaster,
turn 4 with Rakdos, just put the game right out of reach.
Yeah, that'll no matter what he does at that point, that's pretty much good enough against that kind of deck.
Right.
And we're shuffling up.
So, as a note here, Heather just quickly cuts. David shuffles, which is good because not that I would not assume that my immediate opponent is cheating. Of course not. But if you play enough Magic, you're going to play against someone who cheats.
Yep.
And so it's always good to shuffle everyone's deck. I just get the habit of shuffling people's decks, even if I'm at F&M, if I'm in a casual draft among friends, everywhere I shuffle.
That's true. You do.
It doesn't matter.
Every day you're shuffling.
Yes. And if I had any musical
talent, you would have responded.
I would have done the little beat was with it, but
That's the correct.
We're terrible.
Well, yeah. I think we average terrible.
Yeah. So there's deplorable
and mediocre.
Mediocre. We average out to terrible.
I accept that.
Okay, so David keeps his 7. Heather's throwing this back.
Yeah, which David is probably extremely happy with. And hopefully we get to see some play. It looks like David's got Farseek into Olivia in his hand.
I see a Huntmaster too.
Yeah.
Well, I see
Olivia Voldaren is the
and a Nighthawk.
Yeah. So great hand for David.
Indeed.
And Heather's on another 1-lander, but on the draw I think I keep here. She goes back. I saw 2 1-drops in her hand on the draw. And I feel like against the Jund deck with so much life gain and so much removal, you need to be a bit risky on that.
And for what it's worth, Heather has 20 lands in her deck. I think you could probably use a couple more.
I understand that, yeah.
Even if you have an aggressive deck, you got 4 drops. Mm-hmm. So, fun fact, if you have 20 lands and a 4-drop, think about how many so let's do the math. 20, that's a third of your deck, right?
Yeah, a third.
So it means you're going to have to see an average a third of your deck before you can cast a 4-drop, right?
Right.
Or no, a fifth of your deck.
Mm-hmm.
So that means turn 5 is the average.
Right. And that's not where you want to be. Now she has a hand that is 5 lands, and she's going to 4.
Yeah.
Which is simply unfortunate for Heather, and it's going to be a bit awkward. Sire, too cute, do you think? I don't know. We'll see. What is this? Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good point.
And so yeah,
so like I was saying, I think there's an argument to be made that Heather didn't have to mulligan the 1-land hand on 6, but she's been playing pretty well. She's playing her deck confidently, and all of her decisions in game were pretty good, which is great to see from people who are newer to the game. I like seeing that, people bringing their decks and slamming under the camera, getting good plays in there.
So the one minus to David's hand, by the way, I don't know if you saw this, he has all tap lands.
All tap lands. Okay, well Heather kept a hand with 1 swamp and drew a mountain, which is good. So she's out of the gates with the Rakdos Cackler. And like you said, David is just on tap lands.
So now we're going to play the Shred Freak here and get in for 2 more? Yeah, bang.
Shred Freak and attack for 4, yeah. I like the way Heather's playing. She seems to know her deck. She doesn't have to think about the lines too much.
There's the Blood
Crypt.
But we're not going to play it. We're going to play it tapped here.
Yeah, this turn should be Farseek, Blood Crypt, tap, go.
You could play Nighthawk here, which is what he's going to do.
Oh, okay. Do you think that's better? It's potentially better.
It's fine. But the Farseek's now just a blank piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
I guess you're saving
yourself
you're taking
to... Yeah, you're saving...
Okay, this plays fine.
If she doesn't have a removal spell, Nighthawk just blanks her team.
Unfortunately...
But she has the Searing Spear. And yeah, she knows where to aim it. Coming for 4. David's immediately at 10 and needs a land.
Well, he has it. So the Huntmaster comes down here.
Huntmaster comes down.
And then we go to 12, and we play a 2-2.
Yeah. Okay. And do you think if you're David, you trade across?
I would.
If you get the chance to trade with Huntmaster?
If I'm David, I'm going to block with the Wolf only and keep the Huntmaster around.
I agree.
And if I'm Heather, I'm going to put a removal spell at the Huntmaster only and bash through.
Mm-hmm.
And she
does that.
She snaps it off without thinking. Very good.
That's great. Good play.
Perfect.
She knew exactly where to put it.
And the Wolf
4.
blocks anyway. Yep.
Correct block by David on the Shred Freak instead of the Cackler.
Is it?
It's marginally better just because in the late game one can block and one can't.
I disagree. He has Olivia in his hand. Olivia can pick off
the Cackler easier. The
Shred Freak can die faster.
Yeah, because there's 1 toughness. That's a good point. I didn't remember that.
So now because we didn't play the Farseek earlier, we're now stuck with an awkward hand here, and Olivia comes down anyway.
All right.
And that's a Dreadborn hand, isn't it?
It is. And which means she sided it in like we thought she should.
So here's the thing: the Farseek plan I mentioned earlier is coming back to bite David a little bit now.
Yeah, a little bit now.
But I mean, he's got so many live top decks though. You could even just take a turn to. Is that a bonfire? That's a bonfire. He's slow rolling it.
He's slow rolling it. He's thinking about it. Do you do it here?
No.
You just draw. I think you just draw and play Olivia again.
Yeah, I don't think you play it.
And he flips it.
All right. Oh, what do I know?
Does it for 3.
And again, if you'd Farseeked,
this would all be easier.
Yes.
He'd be at, I think 6, but he would have a better use of his mana.
See, if you have Tragic Slip there, I like bonfiring for 2, so you can just go, bang, kill the noble. With Tragic Slip in your hand.
Yeah.
Only 2. You only need just 2 there.
So that just means that David wasn't thinking as far ahead of the potential lines Heather could take on her next turn.
Yeah, and again, because we didn't Farseek for a green source, we're still in an awkward situation.
Exactly. So for future reference, I mean, if you're not in the driver's seat, it would be better to leave up the removal spell.
Okay, so we're gonna Putrefy and Tragic Slip, and we'll take 2 from the Cackler.
Putrefy the noble.
2
Tragic
from the Cackler.
Slip, Spike Jester, and take 2.
He has a full Tragic Slip. I need those. I need trade for that.
Hit him up.
I do. I only have like 1 or 2. Oh, that's yours? Oh man, it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg now.
Oh no.
Because it's JoJo's. I'm doomed.
You're never getting it.
Yeah. Well, no, I will. He'll part for anything for enough money.
Yeah.
I know this guy works. It's just gonna cost me now.
It's just gonna cost. Everything has a price.
Because otherwise, I just list my trade binder and said, "Go to work."
Hold up. David passed.
He has a Putrefy in his hand.
Okay, I thought it was an Abrupt Decay.
Or Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, but what's the other card in his hand?
2 Farseeks and Olivia.
Okay, right. So. I didn't realize that
much of not playing that Farseek line is costing him now.
I know, because he only has 1 green mana, so he could either play a spell or leave up a removal spell. And
that's a good top deck. Good top deck.
Great top deck. Jund has extremely good top decks in this matchup.
Absolutely. Especially when there's only an opera and 2 land.
Oh yeah.
And we play Pyreheart Wolf and actually you can attack for 1 because the Huntmaster can't block.
But the Wolf can.
No, can't. Now Pyreheart Wolf can play.
Pyreheart Wolf has to be attacking. It says whenever Pyrite Wolf attacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
and
next
boom,
turn, boom, attack, flip.
Get out of here.
Target your Wolf token.
Get out of here, noble.
Target your noble.
Yeah.
And take 2.
Mm-hmm.
Huntmaster turning into Ravager.
And now David's gonna run away with this game, I think.
Yeah, I think this one's actually in the bag for David at this point. Exava. And 20 lands coming back to bite you.
Yep.
Like we were talking about.
Can't attack.
Can't attack. Can't play your spell. Just gonna have to pass.
Is that 3 Farseeks in his hand?
3 Farseeks and Olivia. That's true. Sweet hand, bro.
Yeah, you could double Farseek here at some point. Oh, jeez. This is so awkward.
Yeah, so now he's got Rakdos.
Honestly, if I'm David, just play Olivia here now.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think there was a reason to Farseek there. You want to close the game as quickly as possible, and putting an Olivia in play is going to be better than Farseeking.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
By the way, on David's side, even though he's winning, a small change of play early in the game can have as far-reaching effects as far as we are now.
Yes.
It's the little things early on that can
change it.
That can shape the game going forward.
What land you play, etc., etc. And Heather snaps off a chump block on Ravager, which didn't make much sense given that it has trample. She saved herself 1 point of damage by wasting 1/2 of her Pyrite Wolf. And here she comes in for 2, and the Wolf can't block because Pyrite Wolf triggers.
Boy, if that had been land for Xava, this would be a game.
Yeah.
But now the Rakdos is going to close this out.
I think David's been overall a little too greedy with his attacks.
But the Rakdos puts us away.
Yeah.
I think we're going to the third game.
Yeah, it's just going to take him like another minute or two to
like I was saying, Magic is a game of inches sometimes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes those little plays can just come back to bite you. Like, I've made tiny, tiny misplays in matches and come back to lose because of it.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And the other thing is that a lot of people don't see it happening, and myself included. You really have to look back on it or gain a certain level of awareness.
And this is where watching your film matches, like I mentioned earlier, can be helpful. It can be a helpful teaching tool. Or if you're on Magic Online watching your replays. Again,
David came in with the Ravager last turn.
That's fine.
Yeah, I guess he did resolve with Rakdos at this point. It's fine, but I didn't agree with his first attack.
Now we can play Olivia and pick off something kind of
like Pirate Wolf. 1/2 of that full.
Well, you can do it before combat and give her no profitable attacks.
Mm-hmm. Which hopefully that is how he will choose to play.
Mm-hmm.
Taps 4. There's Olivia. Hopefully he waits until her turn to kill the wolf. He's thinking about it. Yeah.
This is good.
Comes over for 4.
Yep.
And he should have the game next turn.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have a way to kill that Olivia at this point. She's hoping for a land.
Oh, Dreadbore would kill it, but wouldn't deal with the problem of those guys.
She already used her 1 Dreadbore in her list. It already saw.
You are correct. So there'd be no way, yes.
Yeah, no way to deal with it. Unless she drew her Searing Spear, so the way to deal with it would be to respond to the trigger.
Yeah, here he goes. He's correctly stopping.
So he shoots the wolf. She should have responded to the trigger with Searing Spear.
Oh, she's still dead.
Yes, she is still dead. But I'm just pointing out that would be a way to kill the Olivia.
Where's the spear going?
Thragtusk after blocks.
Oh, no. She's going to
kill it anyways after damage.
Okay. I think they're having some...
Mm-hmm. So if she'd aimed the Searing Spear at Olivia with Olivia's trigger on the stack, it would have not been able to block, which is relevant.
Yeah, she'd still be dead. But
this is true, but it's still the correct play.
Yes.
And the game is now over. He just has to attack with both of his creatures, and there we go. Moving on to game 3. And moving on to game 3?
Yeah. She figures it out now. Okay, right. There we go.
There we go. Cool. Trolling is occurring in the background.
Oh. They're in the peanut gallery.
Ooh, peanuts.
Do you like nuts?
Peanuts in particular. When you go to a steakhouse and they just throw peanuts at you and you get to throw the shells on the floor.
Well, there are some sleeves you can buy that say, "I'm coming for your nuts." Little
really?
Squirreled army helmets, whatever.
I've never seen those. You must be looking in sort of niche markets there. But who knows? All right, Heather on the play. Who do you put to win this match just right now, based on what you've seen?
Well, Heather's on the play. A good aggressive draw from her could do it.
Yep.
But if David doesn't have a draw like that, you could very well just stop her offense.
Best hand versus best hand. Who wins?
Probably David.
Probably the Jund deck?
Yeah, because you look at
He just has removal spell.
Turn 1 treasure clip for your noble or 1-drop or whatever.
Farseek, Huntmaster.
Farseek and the Huntmaster and the Fragment. You're hard pressed to get back in the game.
That's true.
So I think Heather's best hope is that she has a really aggressive hand and David stumbles.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And her deck's positioned to stop David's deck if he hiccups at any point.
And if she hits enough mana to play Xava is a pretty problematic creature for the way the Jund deck is built.
Correct.
As we saw in game 1.
I finished my match and walked into the match at this point. So
now you are watching.
Yeah, so I saw this was happening.
Okay.
I saw it live.
All right. Well, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it live.
Oh.
So this is all new to me. It's a whole new world. Okay. No?
I'm...
You're going to go for the duet there for a second, but you weren't feeling it. It's okay.
I have compassion for our viewers.
Oh, compassion for our viewers?
I will not subject them to my poor singing. Alright, so what do we got over Heather's side? Like, is that a one-lander?
It is another one-lander.
Oh, we're keeping it. Oh.
Keeping it on the play, which is interesting given her decisions last game.
She's like, YOLO.
YOLO.
There's a land.
Oh, it's always there for her. It's always there. In 2 games it's been there, so that's my definition of always.
Boom,
Woo!
boom.
Attack for 3. That's an aggressive start.
David's
Not the most aggressive
David's already
start.
11? Oh, I'm kidding. He's already 17.
Yeah, 11.
So
Oh, no.
And
and Mizium Mortars on the Cackler. Huh?
Out you go.
Yep. You got voted off the island. Legion Loyalist.
Spike Jester coming in.
Spike Jester and attack you. So now he should be, it goes to 13 correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And he is feeling the heat. What does he want? He's got a hand with Huntmaster and Thragtusk, so he's just looking at the curve naturally. He doesn't even have a removal spell this turn. It's just lands Huntmaster Thragtusk. And she's going to go for Spike Jester number... Oh, no.
Drops him. Was that to 9?
Correct. To 9. And next turn, that Legion Loyalist is going to get Battalion. And when it does get Battalion, creatures that Heather controls will get First Strike, Trample, and until the end of turn, token creatures cannot block.
So will that be relevant, you think?
Yes, it will. There is a token creature on board. It's a 2/2 wolf.
Oh.
So here she can Pillar the Huntmaster, trigger Battalion. You can't block.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. That's a beating.
Boom, boom. Take 6, go to 5.
Yeah, and David's reading it, and he's like, well,
he's like, F my life.
Yeah. Take 6.
Go to 5.
Go to 5, and wow. That was an awesome draw from Heather.
Yes. What do we got here? Is that Rakdos coming online? There it is.
Yeah. Oh, he almost played a Blood Crypt.
You have to.
You have to. Okay, I didn't see that he
we're at 8.
had...
You see where this is going, right?
Yeah, I see where
Steering Spear the Beast. Your token can block Xaxes.
Yeah, Xaxes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Let's hope that she sees that line. Don't tell me, because you've seen this, but I want to see it for myself.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but you can see there's 8 power on the board.
There is enough to kill him if she Searing Spears the... She does it! There it is! Awesome play by Heather Dodge. I love it.
Yeah, epic end to a match.
Epic end to a match.
Love it.
Wow, congratulations to Heather. Awesome play from a new player, showing us the power of her deck. Well built. And yeah, congrats.
Like I told David, sometimes red deck does what red deck does.